All right, so it's Terry Barnett, and I wanted to go over some of what is stopping us from accomplishing our goals or breaking bad habits or whatever it happens to be. So let's just say that losing weight is one of your goals. So dieting, losing weight, not eating as much, whatever way that you need to put it, we can talk about that later. But I wanted to go ahead and walk through what one of the things that is stopping us and how I might be able to help, or somebody with my experience might be able to help. So, what I have up on the board here is basically an analogy of what's going on inside of our mind. So I want you to think of this sheet as you. This is all of you going on 24 hours a day. So there's a couple things I want to point out. So basically, when we talk about a goal and we talk about our mind and what's stopping us, we've got the analogy of the iceberg, where we've got the water, which is our defense against doing the wrong thing and for doing the right thing. We've got 10% above the water and 90% below the water. And the crazy thing is, you'll see that there's a lot of analogy in this, and the word ship is written here. Ship. And the ship is actually running things. So 90% of what is running things is actually under the water in the subconscious mind. So you'll also notice that I wrote the conscious and the subconscious here. And there's some things that are running all of this. So what I want to do is I want to get a little bit first. I want to start with this. So when you decide that you want something or want to stop something, we're gonna go with the weight loss at this point, because this is also something I'm gonna be working on. Some of you are probably working on this. It's a very popular topic. So when we're trying to use our willpower to not eat so much, I want to stay away from those carbs, etc. Well, one of the first things that we rely on is our analytical mind to figure out why it's logical and rational to not do those things. And then we use our willpower to bully our way through not eating something, pushing it away, whatever it happens to be. Well, that's all nice. So you decide to wage this war against food, to wage this war against obesity, whatever it happens to be. The problem is that that's all great and good, but you have below the surface 90% of the control of everything that's going on is actually below the surface in your subconscious mind, and that's where there are strategies going on. There are habits that are could be good, could be bad. There are impulses, and then there's physiological control that is able to be manipulated in a way that is going to serve the ship itself. So we'll get a little bit deeper into that, but in the practice of neurolinguistic programming, there are ways that we can circumvent, we can set up strategies, we can do different things here. But let's talk at the basic level what's stopping us first. So there are also there's a word here written over here, which is halt. So we're waging our war. The ship is in control because it's got 90% of the things going on. There happens to be this arrow pointing over here to halt. This is one of the weapons that the 90%, the ship, is going to use to stay in control. So at moments of weakness, so over here, halt, moments of weakness. And by the way, this came from, I put a little note over here just to mention this idea, this halt idea, not the halt, but the actual words that make this up, actually came from a 12-step program, and it's I'm using it here, and we use it in NLP quite a bit, as because it does have to do with how the mind works, and it's a useful tool. So when you are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, those are moments of weakness. Those are when the ship can take over and get its way. That's when it uses those habits. And my friends, when things start to go awry, the ship will start to bring out all of its weapons, put up all of its defenses to keep you what it believes to be safe and comfortable. So you can also think of that line as where the comfort zone is, if you want to, as well. But basically, the idea here is that the strategies, habits, impulses, and physiological controls that are manipulated and controlled by your subconscious mind are actually what's driving the entire ship. It is what is in control. So unfortunately, for most of our cases, we try to hit things with willpower. We try to hit things from our conscious mind, and we only have 10% of the power, 10% of the defenses, 10% of the weapons to go to war with obesity, for example, and whereas our subconscious mind, which is working against us, is control of 90% of the weapons that we have at our disposal. So, why am I pointing this out? Well, as a life coach, obviously there are many times whenever somebody comes to me and they want to stop a habit, they want to reach a goal, or they want to, and that may be stop smoking, it may be lose weight, it may be stop drinking soda, whatever it happens to be, whatever is working against them. This is one of the items that we need to be aware of, is what's working against us. Why? Because we can use tools. For example, we can use Neuro-Linguistic Programming, or NLP, to go in, use strategies to get directly to the subconscious mind. And one of the neat things now, I actually have experience with hypnosis as well, but the neat thing about NLP is you don't have to put somebody in an alpha state or in hypnosis to reach directly to or communicate directly to the subconscious mind and create a partnership with it. So NLP is going to lock us into strategies that we can use to access the subconscious mind, which in turn we might be able to take those impulses and lessen those. We might be able to manually manipulate physiological controls. So we have strategies for physiological controls. We also have strategies for breaking, stopping, ending, manipulating habits. So basically, what we want to do is we want to tap into the 90% control over everything. And we want to use that to make that change. So instead of us just relying on our 10%, which, as most of us know, just by looking at this, you understand why you failed in the past or why you haven't been able to do it in the past. This is why, because you've only been working with the 10%. So with the tools that we have, with the strategy that we can tap into, we're going to enlist the 90% to help us go to battle, go to war, go to the end, and stamp out our, for example, win against our weight loss or lose weight, win against our diet, win against whatever it is, smoking habits, whatever it happens to be that is crushing you, defeating you. We have tools in place that can help. So if you have a chance, you need to make sure that you get a hold of a life coach, get a hold of somebody with experience in neurolinguistic programming, goal setting, goal achievement, success, anything like that. What that's going to do is that's going to tap you into those components that will have you hitting that target dead on. So I know there was a little bit of talking there. Hopefully this was useful for you. If you don't get help from me, go ahead and get a hold of somebody that does have that experience that you're looking for and make a change. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.